Welcome to the one and only Guatemala City. Big city, a couple million people. They say a million in sort of the main city part, but out when you include the suburbs and stuff like that, 3 million. It's a crazy, crazy place coming in. Lots going on. We're on a nice little rooftop. We already saw so much street food. Went to the Mercado this morning, which was closed. Central Market. Didn't expect that. Was told to go to the market and then it was closed. So we are gonna just walk around. We're gonna check things out. It's all divided up into zones. So you have zone 1 through I think 19. And they all sort of have their own unique flavor and thing going on. So we're just gonna walk around. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna see what's going on in Guatemala City. Yes, there's a reputation for the muggings and the thefts and the crime. But it's the middle of the day. People look friendly. We'll go for a stroll and see what happens. Okay, here we are, walking around Guatemala City. Very colorful. It's a beautiful temperature all the time in Guatemala. It's always kind of the same. It's kind of the same climate every single day, 75 something degrees. Feels good. And here you have the typical street in Guatemala City. Got some things going on here. What's going on? I'm looking for a breakfast joint. This looks good. What's this say? Hot dogs? Okay. Let's see what else. There's the classic. Some masa making happening. What's this? This looks like a Comedor. This is a grocery store. It's a wild change of buildings because you have stuff like this, and then, you know, that looks pretty rough, and then you've got something like this. Doesn't look so rough. Or across the street, you've got the convenience store. It's a crazy place to just walk and stroll and see what you can find. It's basically like a giant theater. Look at this building up there. Beauty church here. A bit crooked on top. Lots of random beautiful buildings around. Seems very quiet. Probably 8:30 in the morning. I'm trying to find a barber today. I gotta get a haircut badly. So that should be a bit of a fun task. If I can get a bit of street food and a haircut, I think I can mark the day as a success. Puerto Barrio. Nice sized plane, so we're heading to Puerto Barrio. Gonna go check out some Garifuna food in Livingston. Okay, we've landed in Puerto Barrio. Beautiful little airport. Good morning from the beautiful town of Livingston in Guatemala. This is a Garifuna town, which is a sort of subgroup of people who are very unique to this part of the world. Originally, slaves coming over from Africa hundreds of years ago. As the story goes, they land in St. Vincent's in the Caribbean, get sort of washed ashore, make their way to this coast in Central America where they kind of live from Belize down through Guatemala, but most of them in Belize, but Livingston is definitely one of these seaside towns. where a huge congregation of Garifuna people are. They have a very unique food, lots of coconut, lots of seafood. So we're gonna go explore this town, see what it has. It's very Caribbean feel. Lots of stray dogs around. Lots of amazing looking fruit. The smell of fish and dried fish in the air. So we're gonna go for a stroll, we're gonna see what it is. We're gonna dive into some Garifuna food. Lots of beautiful, looks like a guy drying some fish over here. I'm sure that's using a lot of the dishes. Beautiful town, a lot going on this morning. It's out on the public dock here in Livingston. Look at this beautiful coastline. All these fishing boats behind me, catching today's catch. Probably putting in a Tapado, which is a shellfish soup with coconut, some plantains. We'll be eating that later for sure. The sign of all good Caribbean beach towns, a good looking rooster in the morning. Thing looks like you could take your head off. Just scored some chicharrones off a street vendor, a little breakfast. Shatteringly crisp. It's like morning bacon. Delicious. Full of fat and protein. Good start. So today we're looking for a little bit of tapado, the seafood soup. We're gonna look for different stews they do here. They definitely do some amazing preparations with crab, with plantains. So we're gonna bump around. Guatemala is such a wild country because you have this Mayan influence, and you have Guatemala City, which is this big bustling kind of metropolis, and then you come out here, Livingston, it's a completely different culture, world, food, people, ethnicity. It really is like a totally different planet from the rest of Guatemala. The colors in this town are unbelievable. Every single building is a different color, every single flower is a different color. The barbed wire on every single fence is a little disconcerting, but I'm sure it's just precautionary measure. Okay, just picked up a nice looking tamale. 1 quetzal from the street, it's about 10 cents. A little chicken in there, wrapped in a michon leaf, I think they call it. It's like a plantain or a banana leaf. This looks pretty good. Guy pulled up in a wheelbarrow, slanging these things. And, I mean, you can eat really well off the street. You know, who needs Uber Eats? They just come right to you. You just look for a wheelbarrow of tamales. We got a little statue behind us. I wonder what this is. Beautiful. Bright blue buildings. Pretty chill here. Pretty laid back. You could find a tamale. That's good. I don't know how long we'll stay here, probably a couple days. We'll hang out, see what's going on. Probably sleep off a lot of the days. This is what travel's about. Sometimes it takes a couple days, a couple minutes, a couple hours to get into a place. You gotta kind of show up, feel it out a bit, get used to the vibe, figure out where all the good food comes from. Apparently it's out of a wheelbarrow. You know, kind of ease into it a bit. That's what we're doing. This is my tamale salesman here. Can you show? Tamale?
Oh.
This is the tamale salesman. Very good. Beautiful. Gracias. The guy just going for a family stroll, electrifying everybody with tamales in the neighborhood on a Saturday morning. That's how you do it, man. A little morning hustle. Lovely voice up here. Sounds beautiful. Chicharrones, yeah. Ah. Gracias. My chicharrone man cooking up a fresh batch back there.
I was afraid that the big boat was going to be a little tight.
Coming down the Rio Dulce. On our way to Livingston. We went for a great rip up the river a bit. So Rio Dulce opens up into the Caribbean Sea. If you go farther up the river, you start getting sort of more local villages. We were in a place called Cayo Quemado. Went and checked that out for the day. Super cool. It's kind of like gringos who moved there mixed with very, very local people. You see hand dug out canoes, all that stuff, but it was really, really cool up there. And now we're just back down in Livingston. So you kind of come down the mouth of the river and then Livingston's right on the mouth. And then you've got the Caribbean and behind me is Guatemala. So we're gonna continue walking around. As you can see, it's a beautiful day out here. That's all you want. Very chill life. The like giant jungle walls of the boat trip down were just wild. It was like 70, 80, 90 story buildings, just walls of just jungle, rainforest, into the river canyon. It was truly like spectacular as far as just scenery, birds. Fish don't stand a chance there. I mean, there's birds dive bombing every 5 seconds. Even in Livingston, you can't escape the grip of Call of Duty at the internet cafe. It's good to see the kids playing with video games. We're gonna go for a little walk, try and find some dinner. Walking around Livingston at night, beautifully safe town. Lots of people out, well lit. Gonna go try and find some street food. Love the little tuk-tuks rolling around. We found some pupusas. Every night my wife shops for ice cream for probably an hour and a half. Yum. She's currently bartering at a chain. Sarita since 1948. That is the local ice cream all throughout Guatemala. It's pretty electrifying. You can get a soft serve cone for 4 quetzal, which is probably about 50 cents. Beautiful little dessert to finish the evening. Okay, we are going for a walk around the outskirts of Livingston today, Guatemala. See what we can find. Kind of walk till it gets interesting. Looks like a bit of a soccer field here. Okay, we made it to Playa Coaheche. This is a beach, I guess, outside of Livingston, about 50-minute walk. It's pretty fresh. Got the drawbridge happening. We found an atypical Guatemalan beach oasis, so we'll try and grab some lunch, see what we can find. Look at this beautiful dock. You gotta love the thatched roof game in this country. Beautifully water resistant. Keep you dry in the wet season. This must be a Guatemalan lifeguard booth, maybe. Beautiful little pocket of paradise here in Coaheche Beach, Guatemala. Absolutely zero people out here, just miles of empty Guatemalan beaches. Walking around. Hopefully there's somebody selling something. It's getting around lunchtime. We stumbled across a little Garifuna settlement here, and you have this guy looks like the commander of the town. I think he's right behind me. We've stumbled across a little jungle cenote here. Look at this. I half expect kind of a jaguar lurking in the jungle here. Hope there's not much wildlife up there. Look at this little local swimming hole. We've got the beach just down there, fresh fish, pretty good spot to set up shop for a couple hundred years. Feels like Jurassic Park in here. Gorillas in the mist or something. I half expect like a silverback gorilla to come down, but that's only in Africa. Let's see what this sign says. 5 minutos. 5 minutos. To what though? What's happening in 5 minutes? Let's find out. Another sign. An arrow, we're getting closer. This is not easy walking. At last, here we go. I think we've made it. I've been told that the original Tarzan, 1930s Tarzan, was filmed right around here. No joke. Doesn't surprise me. Looks like quite a few vines old Tarzan can hang from in here. Imagine coming down here in 1930 to film a movie. I'm gonna go see if I can actually swing from one of these vines. Let's see if the story checks out. This isn't bad. I don't think it could hold me, but there's a chance. We're gonna hit the local bakery, see what they have. Hola.
Hola.
Uno?
Gin. Okay.
Banana? Dulce?
10.
10, okay.
Uno de estos. Okay.
Una. Banana?
Uno.
Oh, yeah.
No banano.
Oh, no banana. Coco.
Coco.
Okay. Gracias. I got hooked up with this coconut bread. Looks fucking awesome. Just a bunch of shredded coconut and raisins. Let's see what we got. Oh man. That is the sweetest thing I've ever had in my life. It's so good, but it literally is like liquid sugar. Amazing. Ginger in there. They have world-class ice cream bars in this country. They're like 80 cents each. They're unbelievable. I've had like 3 a day. Unstoppable. Hang out. It's the only thing to do after dinner. Just chill on the street corner. Eat ice cream bars. Nightlife entertainment in Guatemala. Walking through town, this is how you do it. Roast jalapenos with a little wood-fired chicken. That's some good looking roast chicken on the streets of Livingston here. These people live well. Garifuna, down on the beach. Everyone's hanging out, barbecuing. It's good living. It looks good. So tell me what you do to make the machudo.
¿Qué vas a hacer para la machuca?
Machuca. Tell me what you do to make the machuca, so I can remember. So plantain.
Ajá, ¿qué vas a hacer, dice, para la machuca? ¿Qué vas a ponerle entrada? Dígame.
¿Cómo vas a hacer el proceso?
Ajá.
Plátano verde, plátano maduro, el pescado y la sopa de coco.
Okay.
Ajá.
And then
Ahora busque para la...
in machuco is coco.
Coco, yeah.
Sopa de coco. Okay. So you put this coconut in,
Yeah.
plantains, cilantro, green pepper, onion.
And here, that's how we grind the coconut.
Oh, that's how you grind it. Oh, cool. That's amazing.
huele a tira.
Sí, está.
And this is is it very typical Garifuna from here?
Yes, yeah, it's a Garifuna food that we're gonna cook here in restaurante.
Hay que había de esos cejotes ahí.
And it, Garifuna people, they are from where? From
Well, we're
here?
original from San Vincent,
La,
and from San Vincent
Uh,
to Honduras, to all the Caribbean coast in Belize,
Para el arroz frito y
and
zanahoria.
here in Guatemala, Nicaragua, and of course Honduras.
Because
We're in
the
those countries right now with our food and our culture.
so
our
what other
music.
what other Garifuna dishes should I try?
Well, this is the machuca is the first one.
What about tapado? It's the same.
Tapado is tapado is the soup. It's coconut soup.
Oh
We
wow!
have fish, shrimp, and
Tapado.
crab.
So that's tapado.
Sí.
Oh, that's amazing. So you season the broth with the shrimp and the crab.
Yes.
Amazing. Wow.
And then we have the rice and beans.
The rice and beans I've had is amazing. It's the best rice and beans. There's some fish frying, tapado.
Tapado.
The rice and beans from this area is the best I've ever had. I think it's because the coconut. I think it's the best because of the coconut. Look at this, and the pots.
Rice and beans.
I want to get some of that. Maybe we need to get a side of some rice and beans. We're gonna give George a shot of the local Gifiti, which is the 100% Garifuna rum. 30 different roots in there. Should be good. What's the main root in Gifiti?
Guaco, contribu,
Guaco contribu.
piña de gato.
How strong is it? Like 40%?
Very strong.
Very strong. It's tortoise shell over there. How do you normally drink it? You drink it like straight? Oh, okay.
Great, yeah, great.
I give this to him. We give this to Jordan. There you go, Jordan. Tell me what you think. Graffiti. 30 different roots, you taste those?
Yeah, I do. Strong.
Yum, so it's mashed plantains, I see, okay. Yum. Whoa. We're walking down the beach and we found this woman that was cooking up amazing local Garifuna food. So we had some machuda, which is machudo, I think is that how you say it. Coconut base, whole fish in there, shrimp, mashed green plantains, so good. It's kind of like a big puree of underripe bananas in there. So good. Tastes straight up like tropical fusion Caribbean down home goodness. And then we also had the classic rice and beans. They're probably the best rice and beans I've ever had anywhere. And we had a little fried rice with some shrimp. The food here in Livingston is such a relief because throughout Guatemala it's all amazing, but it's like tamale, 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 beans and rice, tamale, tamale, beans and rice. And here it's more like coconut. They use more like Scotch bonnet peppers. Everything comes with Marie Sharp hot sauce on it. It's awesome. Beautiful, beautiful lunch food here. They know how to cook, man. In Livingston, they know how to cook well. And I love the pots and pans they use. They look like they're about 100 years old each. And a lot of these restaurants, it just feels like you're like literally walking into someone's like family barbecue or lunch. You're kind of awkward. You don't even know if you're supposed to sit down, but then they invite you over. Oh yeah, we're doing lunch. You know, 30 quetzale, which is like $4, you know. But it kind of has this crazy feel of you could be at a restaurant or you could just be like crashing someone's Sunday lunch. So I was talking to the local man and he was saying that down by the dock there, and he was saying that this used to be more highly concentrated with Garifunas, Livingston. And then during the Guatemalan Civil War, a lot of the Mayan people fled out here to get the hell away from all the battles and the fights and all that. So it sort of diluted the concentration of the Garifuna in Livingston. So now, and you notice when you're here, you have a mix of Garifuna and Mayan. And it's just, you know, it's not as strong, but you can still see a bunch of, there's local bakeries, there's restaurants, there's a lot of hotels too that are kind of Garifuna owned, but it's not, from what I understand, the same. Where he said it used to literally just be, when he was a kid, he was 67, so when he was a kid it was just like all Garifuna. That was it, whole thing. Found this hot corn donut. Got a dog. I noticed in Livingston they make the tortillas, they're like up from water. They kind of look like pizza crusts, bigger and doughier. So we ordered basically a quesadilla with cheese and beans to see what that tastes like. Quesadilla. See, she's sort of like doing it like pizza dough. It's like a pizza. Queso fresca?
Quesillo.
Quesillo. Espinaca. Frijoles.
Yum.
Yum. Cool.
No han sacado sobrina acá.
It's like a Guatemalan calzone. Solo plato.
Aquí.
Picante?
Picante.
Picante? Tortilla's soft, cheesy, spinach, beans, good. It's like upscale Taco Bell. It's cheesy, it's beany, it's a Guatemalan gut bomb. One thing this country has on lock is street food. You can eat off the street for $2. Everything, pupusas, tamales, quesadillas, pepians, whole stews. You can have roast chicken, you can have roast lamb, you can have tacos, you can have basically have everything straight out of a beautifully handmade Guatemalan textile basket. It's all over. It's just endless.